You know, we don't always know which road we'll have to take in life, what will happen, how that God will get his glory out of situations. And I've told the story many times, and uh, I believe I was 22, and I offered to give a young man a ride home. And when we went, the young man ended up and he shot me in the back with a weapon for no reason, no argument. Uh, and I ran away from him because he had shot me in the back. And I ended up spending the night in the woods, bleeding from the gunshot wound. And while I was in the woods, that I can remember hearing footsteps, and what I think had happened, I think I had uh, gone to sleep, but foot, the steps made me wake up. That it startled me, and when I looked, that I saw that it was a deer, and many years later, that I was telling a co-worker about the ordeal. And when I told him about the deer, he got a puzzled look on his face. And he asked me, "Are you sure that it was the deer?" And I told him, I said, "Yes, because I saw him, and this is what his footprints look like." And and he told me, he said, "That's strange." He said, because I hunt, and the reason that we do hunting stands, we put them up in the trees, is because if the deer smells us, that they'll automatically run away. And for a deer to almost come up to you, that he said that normally does not happen. You know, I was I was able to make it to a house that I could see light out, out in the darkness, and so I went to the hospital and all, and it's my understanding that as they were preparing me for surgery, that I died on the table twice. And I stayed in the hospital probably a month and a half, because I was very that the wound was very serious. It had flipped my liver. And the operation that they ended up doing was something that was new. And they weren't sure that it would work, but it did. And so after all of that, I often think to myself that if you've heard me testify, you know I have a wife and I have a son. And I often wonder, what if I had not made it? I wouldn't have a wife that I wouldn't have a son. And for those who know me, that they also know that in 1999 that I became the first African American to win elected office in the town of Princeton. And so if I had not made it, that would have never happened. And this is what I believe God for. That if He brought me out of that, whatever else that comes my way, that I am confident that if He delivered me then, He'll do it again. And I thank Him
Say hello.
for all that He has done. Amen. That was my testimony this morning. Amen.